Good morning or afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Could be good evening. Hope you all having a fantastic day. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. Go ahead and type the number 1 in the chat box. Let me know that you can. I would greatly appreciate it. Nothing worse than talking to myself for an entire hour. There we go, there we go, there we go. Jim, how are you today, sir? All right. A little light on the 1, so I'm guessing most of you cannot hear me. I know it's hard to hit a 1. Oh, I guess it's 2 keys, right? So then you have to hit enter. No, I get it. I get it. Oh, morning, Helen. Brenda, good morning there. Yeah, Jim, exactly. Oh, my goodness. I know we got a whole bunch of people still pouring in here. Hey, Rob, I see you got a hand up. I'm not able to really check hands, raise hands. So if you got questions, please, by all means, drop them right in and I can get to them. Hope you're all having a good day. I hope it has been a great one for you up to this point. What an interesting couple of days and or week, huh? Last week was a killer if you caught it right. That's for sure. Okay, Brenda, I'm sure Amelia's got him. She's just got to forward it to me. That's great. Afternoon, John. All right. All y'all on YouTube that are giving me some ones, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right. How we doing, Jeff? Yeah, Jim said you're back in your office, not at home. Is all good with the remodel. Pretty good, Jim, right? Had to be there. I mean, too many little things that these guys were doing wrong. And this was a huge project. I mean, it was 6 days. And we had a dozen guys on average every day working that project. So it was a big, big, big job for us. For them, it was a decent job. For us, it was a big job. And coming from the contractor world, I just didn't want to leave, man. I was on them like white on rice. I was making sure that everything got done right, focused on the details. Still, we missed a couple little things, but nothing that was earth-shattering. I got one thing left to do. I need a granite top for our barbecue. The granite top is going to be 4 foot by 8 foot. Will be one piece of granite. The other piece will be 4 foot by 10 foot. Yeah, about 4 by 10, 9.5, 10, something like that. And that'll be our countertop for our kitchen area. Refrigerator is in, cabinets are in, everything else is done. I just need the countertop, drop in the barbecue, and we're ready to rock on. So big project. Glad it's over, and I could focus on everything else now. Oh, no, Brandon, no union here at all. Nope. They are not union. Furthest from it. Union, I would have paid 4 times the price. I know. I've done union work before. The company that I ran was a union shop. Everybody we hired, including our installers, were union. So it wouldn't, not that there's anything wrong with it, but cost-wise was astronomical. Yeah, these are guys that get paid by the day. Not by me, by their boss. It's exactly how and why I trade the market now. I'm not dealing with any of that garbage any longer. No way, Jose. So, all right. Excellent. While we're getting going here, drop your trades in, right? As I start going through some of the documentation, this way we got them loaded as I'm ready to go there. Tell me what you've done today. How's your trading been? If you haven't traded today, drop it in. Say, crazy day. I'm not doing anything. Market's down. I'm under whatever it is. Drop it in. Let me know how your trades are going. All right. And with that, let's go ahead and jump in. So keep in mind that everything we do is for educational purposes only. Nothing is meant to be advice and or recommendations, right? And as we look at our upcoming workshops, got Patterns in a Flash coming up this week, the 20th. 25th is Trading You. I'm teaching the next one. Monster Market Moves on the 28th. I'll talk about that in a moment. You got Inner Circle coming up in November. Mastermind Group, of course, every Tuesday night is Mastermind Group. Power Hour, you're here. Right? We do that on Mondays. Trading Coaches Playbook is this Friday. And then Portfolio Protection on Autopilot, right? That is on October 21st at 8 p.m. Folks, if you've not had an opportunity to listen to Dale, to learn from Mr. Dale Zamzo, he and I have been great friends for a very long time now. I met him right after I took my training of how to trade the market, and that company asked me to come on and teach it. I met him at that very first training, and we've been very close friends ever since. It has taken a lot of work for me to get him here. So to do this, it's been months, probably 9 or 10 months since he was here last to do this. He came back to do just 2. He did one last week. He's doing this one, 8 to 9 p.m. on the 21st, which is, what's that, Thursday? That's on Thursday. So make sure you get there and check it out, right? Do not miss it. Do not pass go. Do not collect too. Make sure you get to that training. If you want to know what to do to protect your portfolio when COVID hit, how would you like to have had your 401k, your retirement money, whatever it was, the way that Dale could set it up for you and show you how to protect it, that even when the market dropped as much as it did, you didn't lose anything. That's the power of Autopilot, right? Definitely check it out, guys. He is awesome. Thank you, Amy. She dropped the link in for that. So grab that. Alan said, enjoy this presentation. He's a good guy. He really is. Very, very, very much so. Yeah, guys, for now, just drop in the trades you've done. I'll come back and look at the trades that you want, the candidates rather, that you want to, but just drop in whatever trades were done and we'll get through that first. Okay. Oh, I guess this is a good place to announce. This Wednesday, which is the 20th, 9 a.m. Write it down. The 20th, 9 a.m. But then again, you probably should write down the 21st at 9 a.m. and the 22nd at 9 a.m. and the 25th at 9 a.m. Yeah, but starting this week, Wednesday, the 20th, 9 a.m., 5 days a week is what we're scheduled. I'm sure I'll have some days I can't do it. But 5 days a week, I will be doing a live broadcast on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, right? We're working the Twitter and LinkedIn one out. Facebook and YouTube, we've got those figured out already. But we will be doing our first broadcast ever this Wednesday. And the way that you get there is just go to the YouTube and search for wealthbuildershq.com or Wealth Builders HQ. When you find us, go to our videos and you'll see that it says live, right? And we're going to have these in advance where you can go ahead and watch, or not watch, but you can be in the room already, right? Saving it, knowing that it's coming up and so forth, right? It will take place, or the place of, 2 videos that I do every day, which is what's going on in the market and the pre-market candidates. We're going to do it all live. We'll then get it out on all the social platforms, recorded, of course. But if you want to be able to get in there live and watch the companies that I'm looking at, now it's not going to just be what I do today, five companies today. It's not just going to be those. We're going to do 20 minutes, guys, 9 a.m. to 9:20. It gives you 10 minutes to do your own prep work after we look at our candidates, so you're ready to go, right? Make sure you get to that training. I have gotten such good feedback from many of you saying, Rob, we're excited. Can't wait for this to start. Thank you. I forgot who it was that said, man, we've been trying to get you to do live stuff when the market's open forever. We won't be doing it when the market is open, but we'll be doing it right before the market opens. And I'll be setting you up with some trade setups as potentials of what we're looking for, right, for that day. So it'll give everybody a good opportunity to jump in and kind of learn a little bit about how do we prepare for the market in advance. And, hey, by the way, here's some candidates that you can go check out. And one of the lists we're going to be working off of is the Pop 5K list, if you're familiar with that. That's one of the things we're going to be looking to trade setups inside of there, all right? So don't really have it on the page. You probably should get it on here somewhere, but maybe we'll get a separate page for it, Sean, in our slide deck. Here's our follow us page. Make sure that here's all the ways that you can find us on the various platforms. So if you are a Twitter person, go to Twitter, and that's where you can find the live. If you're YouTube, to me, that's the easiest one. It's just go to YouTube. It's nice and easy to pick it up there. Facebook, so forth, right? All here. Please follow along with us on the various platforms. If you're not, Monster Market Movers coming up. What's the date on that, Sean? We got down 28th here on our list. But I think you're right. I think it's a Wednesday. All right. So whenever it is, it's the last week of October. See that Wednesday or Thursday, Monster Market Movers. Halloween time, right? Monsters. Ooh, right? I want to unscare you with this stuff, right? Kind of take the fear out of you of finding candidates and trading the market and so forth. Inside of this workshop, you will get dozens of candidates per strategy that are setting up. zero line breakouts, Fibonacci channels, Fibonacci 4 steps, regular channeling patterns, moving average crossovers. There's just tons of candidates inside of there. Folks, it's $199 for the training. It is $49 for your very first one. If you like it, stick with it. It's $199. If you don't, that's okay. You paid $49. You got a 4.5-hour prerequisite training that comes along with it, 2 hours of live training, another 20 to 30 minutes of candidates that we go through before we get to training. You're talking about 6, 7, 8 hours of information that's inside of this training for $49. Right? So take advantage of it. Amy, could you drop a link for that in if you would, please? Oh, she did right. Look at that. 27 confirmed. Okay, so we got it incorrect on that document there. Brenda, we're not going to be sending any notices out about the training coming up at 9 a.m. because you're not registering for anything. It's not a Zoom training. It's only going to be on social media. So there's no registration for it. So it's just going to require you to focus a little bit to make sure that you remember, set an alarm. Listen, I got alarms set on my phone to ring every day at certain times of the day. I've got 5 or 6 of them to remind me things have to happen. Right? So you can do the same type of thing. Set an alarm and rock on. Unless you got a phone like my mother-in-law, which is an old flip phone. She just needs a phone. You should be able to do it. So let's see. All right. So let's see what you guys put in for trades. Yeah, so Robert K., it's not there yet. So what will happen is once Sean sets it up, when are you setting that up, Sean, that they'll be able to see it? By the end of the day today, Robert, Sean will have it set up. You'll be able to see it, and you can set a reminder. Correct? You set reminders on that as well.
You can set reminders, or you can get a notification.
You can set reminder. There you go, Brenda. You just go there, and once it's set up, you can set for either a reminder or you can have YouTube send you notifications. Right? Which is why I like YouTube. So that's where you'll find it, Robert. She's not there yet. We only made the decision today to make Wednesday the start date. All right. So Robert S., 3.6% on JP Morgan in 50 seconds, 18.9% on the SPY, and 7.5% on COF. What a great day. Man, you're awesome. Let me get that hammer, baby. Rock that puppy down. Great job, Robert. Great job. Man, I'm so excited. It's great having you here for the Charting Your Way to Success. It's awesome having you inside of the inner circle now. Let's see. Brenda said she's up huge. Remember, Brenda's a big dollar trader, guys. Right? Massive dollars. $100,000+ on Qs. That is fantastic. John, Wheel of Fortune. There you go. Trading that. Paula said, okay, just remind me on tech. Paula, we'll get back to that after. By the way, Robert said his longest trade today of those 3 were 10 minutes. 10 minutes was the long one. Right? Let's see. Evelyn said did great on SPY calls. Nice. Let's see. Jim said SPY all profitable, up $454 on closed trades, up 51% on 3 runners. ES, which is the S&P 500, up $1,000 and still open. You got it, baby. There you go. Bringing that hammer down, Jim. Excellent, my friend. Excellent. Yeah, it's going to be a good day, Jeff, to set those up for those trainings. Jeff said looking forward to the Monday through Fridays. Yeah, there you go. Guys, listen. Sean, if they subscribe to the channel, will they get notifications of a live coming up? So if you subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell, click on the bell to get notifications, you'll be notified that we've got a live coming up. That's the way to do it, Brenda. You'll get a notification from them all the time. Jeff said the SPY in 10 seconds made 18 cents. Let's see. So Tesla Fire, if I said it wrong, I apologize. Last week bought Nvidia, $215, up 180%. Nice. Really nice, guys. Excellent. Now, many of you know who Amelia is, right? She's our head trader here. She does an amazing job. She's a coach. She's a trader. She puts out trades every day that she does on her Trade Watch Alerts system. And here we've got two of them today. This was a bear call spread on CZR, right? So you can see on the very bottom that she did a, what happened? Let's see. 113 bear call spread. Hold on a sec. Let's see. Oh, there we go. 931 vertical. So she took a credit of 33 cents. So they paid her 33 cents, basically 33%. If it expired worthless, 33% right up front, right? She bought it back at 9.39, the green bar. She bought it back 8 minutes later at 9 cents. So what does that give me? 25 cents, 4 cents, something like that. 24, 3, 24. 24 cents. One contract, oh, Rob, it's only $24. I understand. But you only needed $67 to do this trade. And you made 24. All right. See where I'm coming from with this? Crushing it. Crushing it. Right. Here's the next one. Now, this was on JP Morgan. She did a debit spread this time on JP Morgan. Also did one contract. She had a debit. Unbelievable. Oh, she had a debit of 98 cents. When she wound out of the trade, she had a credit of $1.55. She killed it. What do we got here? $2.50 increments. How long was she in this trade? 33 to 39, 6 minutes long. Guys, got to check out what Amelia does on her Trade Watch Alert. She kills it. Let's see. Yeah, Amelia, you in here with us today? I don't think so. All right, take care of that from Robert. Sean, would you? Alan said, how do I receive her trade alerts? There you go. Amy is right on top of it. Thank you so much, Amy. She dropped a link in there for you, Alan. Listen, there's a 2-week trial on this, guys. Take the 2-week trial. If you know, worst case scenario, you're going to get 3 trade setups every day that are not the SPY and the QQQ, and you're going to get one each of those. So you got 5 a day for the next 2 weeks. You're getting 50 trade setups for free. Just cancel at the end of the 2 weeks if it's not for you. If you can't make money in the 2 weeks, I don't want your money. So by all means, you go ahead and cancel it. But I know once you get started, you're not going to stop. Okay. Sean's going to send you something, Amelia, I think. So just look for something from him. All right. So great job, Amelia. You're getting all kinds of kudos for it. So appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Right? Excellent. So the topic today is gap greatness. Why did I pick this topic? It's earnings time. We're getting tons of companies that are gapping right now. This morning, I put out 5 stocks that were pre-market. Let's go look at how those came out quickly. We'll take a quick analysis of them, and let's look at what we might want to do with some of these guys. So let me go to Omega Charts first, and let's go to Zillow was one of them. All right, so Zillow gap down right about $10 or so. They closed up, we'll call it 95. They opened 87, so we got about $8 move on Zillow. You know what? Let's use Zillow. Zillow is actually a good one to analyze. Now, you know this in pre-market, right? You can set up on your charts. I do it on TradeStation. I do 9.5. Sean's got set up 10 here, right? So let's see. If we right-click on the chart, go to Settings. Let's see. Is it Windows or Preferences? I am looking for time frame. Sean, do you know where it is? On 10?
On 10, for which chart?
5-minute chart. I want to change over to the pre-market.
Should be in the settings window. General.
Settings window, general. Yeah, I don't use 10, guys. Sorry.
I don't usually check pre-market.
On 9.5, you right-click on the chart. You go into the settings, and you go ahead and choose the 24-hour setting. And it gives you the pre-market data, and you can watch it in pre-market. I have one of my templates set up for that, right? We'll figure it out on 10. I'll let you know how we do it. So I look at the chart in pre-market. I know what it's going to open up or down, expected, right? Normally I want to make sure it's after 8:30, but for this type of setup, I really want it to be closer to about that 9:15, 9:20, right? That'll give me a much better indication. It gives me 10 or 15 minutes to get ready for the market. Hence, we're stopping the YouTube at 10 minutes prior to the open. So let's go take a look. Come on, where's the mouse? Here we go. All right. So I already have open my gap statistics, guys. I'm going to put in the ticker symbol Z for Zillow. I'm going to go ahead on the start date. I want to go 2 years back. So we're going to change the year back to 2019. We are in October right now. It's nice. It gives a calendar. So we'll start with the 18th. End date. We'll go back to the calendar. I'm going to go to Friday's end date because we don't have a closed out today. And I'm going to hit submit. And pretty quickly, you get this analysis that pops up, right? Now, a lot of you have heard the phrase or the statement that gaps tend to fill themselves, right? And there's a belief that gaps fill themselves by the end of the day. And I was one of those that had that belief until I literally sat where I was downloading data off of a site. I was stripping it off of a website, downloading it, dumping it in a spreadsheet, manual calculations. And what was really fun was when you did things off by one cell and everything, all your numbers were off. You were whack, right? Here we got it all calculated automatically. There's algorithms that are built out in the back of the system, and it does all of this for us. I don't have to do any of the math, nothing, which is just wonderful. You saw what I did. We got 2 years worth of gaps in here. So it shows me, let me grab a pencil. Find where my Camtasia went. There we go. No, let me put this down here. All right. So here's the 100% gap fill. What I'm really looking for is what's in this column. And I really want to see color. What do I mean by that? Well, I got nothing in here that's got any color to it. That 59%, 56, there's no color to it. It's just a white box, black text. Notice over here, dark green, light green, right? Blues, and so forth. I am looking for things that have color in that 100% gap fill. Well, Zillow tells me that regardless of what's going on, it doesn't tend to generally fill its gap at all. So that statement of gaps tend to fill, lies. And I don't mean ultimately, I'm talking about today. Do some gaps fill? See, they do, right? I use it all the time. I always look for gap fills, but I want to know I've got the right ammunition for the gun I'm using, right? If I'm using Zillow, if that's my gun, is 100% gap fill the ammunition? The answer is absolutely not. It doesn't tend to fill. So what do? Let's keep looking. So if we flip this around a little bit, it's okay. What about on certain days of the week? This is general now, not by dollar amount. This is general. On certain days of the week, if I'm trading Zillow, Tuesday is the best day for a gap fill. Okay? If we look, when stocks gapped up, nothing green there, right? When stocks gap down, wait a second, I see a green. So if I have a down gap of $9 to $10, 901 to 10, stocks tend to fill the gap there. Here's the problem. It's only happened one time in the last 2 years. You don't have enough history there, right? What I would tell you to look for and focus on is this. You've got the general gaps up here that show us that today was what, $8? So on an $8 move, we have nothing. So it is not a gap I really want to try to take as a gap fill. Are there other positions that work? Absolutely. We have an entire list in our top secret list of the best ones to trade when they gap. And they do gap, good amount of times, or else they can't make it on our list. We've got a minimum number of gaps for it to even make it to the list. But if you don't have the information and say, I'm looking for a gap fill today, well, and all this tells us, is by sometime by the end of the day, the gap is going to fill. That's all it says. It doesn't tell me what time. None of that matters in this scenario. I just want to see that it fills by the end of the day. Now, at least I have some starting point, the ammunition to start taking advantage of that. Zillow wasn't earnings, Jim. Zillow came out and they stopped their home purchase program because it was too popular. So they couldn't keep up with it, I guess, and they stopped it, and that's what caused their stock to drop today, right? Does that mean there weren't trades today? Of course not. There were still trades on this. I call this out as a bear call spread. Damn skippy, there was a trade to take on this. The gap fill wasn't the trade, right? And this is some of the stuff that you've got to be prepared for every day is, listen, if you work on a car and you don't have the right wrenches, you're going to screw things up, right? If you use an adjustable wrench and you're trying to take, some of the fittings off, you're going to break something. Strip the bolt, whatever it is. You need the right tools for the right job. Something like adjustable wrench. If you don't know what that is, don't worry, okay? But you need the right tool. So you need to know whether gaps are filling or not. It used to be that you could only run 4 gap statistics a month. We took that restriction off, and it's unlimited now. So you can run as many as you want. I would suggest running a 2-year analysis and then run a 1-year analysis to back up what you see on a 2-year. So for the last 2 years, it's worked well. Let's go run a 1-year analysis and say, how does it work on 1 now comparative to 2? Right? It's a great little tool to use. All right, let me see what I got here. Don't have the right wrench, get a hammer. Exactly, Robert. When I was in manufacturing, one of my maintenance guys was, his name was Powell. Didn't speak a whole lot of English. Hard worker, but he worked hard instead of work smart. We used a tool in our tool and die shop, in our mechanic shop as well, called a micrometer. And it's a C shape, and you spin this little barrel, and it closes up. The barrel slides in, and it measures in 1/1000th of an inch, 0.000, right? So 1.000 is 1, right? 1.001, 1 inch and 1,000. Well, he used that as a tool, like a clamp, and he would ratchet down on that puppy, right? And it was just, he used it as a beam clamp is what he was doing with it. It's a $500 tool, and he's clamping it onto a beam because he didn't want to go back to the office, to the shop, and get the right tool. Right tool for the right job, but for some people, everything looks like a nail, right? So they use a hammer on everything. Channel locks. There you go. Channel locks. Never, Alan, I agree. I've gotten to my belt all the time. I always have channel locks with me. Oh, wow. So Robert K said he measured 4 decimal points. Yeah, I never made anything that accurate. I didn't need to. We made steel doors and frames. If it was off by that 5th decimal point, no one noticed. Just, oh, your door is 1/100th. No, you're good. You're good. Oh, calipers, micrometers. Yep, exactly. I still have them all at home, Robert. Every one of them I still have them. I go up to 6-inch on my mics, and I go up to 36-inch on my calipers. These are all ones that I bought for the shop that I ran. So, all right. So, guys, that when we look at gaps, that's the type of stuff you want to look at. Now, let's look at Zillow. By the way, I think Sean sent me the details for TradeStation. For those of you that are trying to figure it out. So right click on the chart. Go to time frame. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it, Sean? Go to sessions, 24-hour. Oh, well, it's on S&P 500. So let's change to Netflix. Actually, let's change to Zillow. Time frame, sessions, 24-hour. Okay. So Sean's got similar color scheme that I've got set up on mine. You can see where it opened up right here, 4:05 a.m.-ish today. And this blue and pink bars, how we've had this drop down. You can see what's going on. If we look at 9:15, that's the start of the 9:15 bar right there. So somewhere about there is where I'm starting to look at this. I'm looking at 87-ish is our closing price. When we actually got to open today, we opened up about 87. So we're off by $1. So you've got enough in there that fudge that you could start looking at your options and make that determination there, right? But let me go back and let's take this off. Just regular session is what I want to use now. I don't want to use the pre-market stuff. It's too much on the screen, too much on the chart. All right. It's funny, Robert. You said you're in aerospace. One of the companies that I worked at, we did a lot of electronics boxes for AIL. Was the company name that we did the work for. My uncle was a field inspector for them. He got me the job right out of high school, which lasted days for me. It just wasn't what I wanted to do. But we did a lot of these big cases of what entire computer in something this size today, right? Powerhouse computer. We used to build these huge boxes that would go on ships and planes that would house computers. Aluminum chassis that weighed 150, 200 pounds. And today you get a laptop, it's 4 pounds, 3 pounds. Tablets at 8 ounces and stuff. So, excellent. So we look at what's going on. Here was Zillow today. Great gap to the downside. RVNC was the next one. Great gap to the downside. I think this one had monthly options, though. Yeah, so they have monthly options, 32 days out. It's okay. Nothing great. Big bid-ask spread, nickels and dimes. Let's see. Let's go to Disney. Nope, not what I want. It's fine. Trade station again. Disney was our next gap down. That was nice. 176 to 171. Let's see if we've got anything on there. Here we go. All right. Anything we could do for today? Bear call spread. All right, so here's Disney. All right, let's try that again. So I'm going to look at something above that 173. Let's see what we can do. So we got 175 and 177.5. So let's turn this into not a single, but let's go to a vertical spread. Let's go to 75, 77.5. I could get 34 cents on this trade right now. If I were to do a bear call spread. Right, the natural is 31, the mid is 34. Okay. Let me just go back to single for a second. All right, things are trading in pennies. That's good. Just wanted to make sure I saw something with pennies on it. All right. So anyway, I'm not saying do the trade, don't do the trade. All I'm telling you is there's an opportunity to take a trade setup. Whoops, I think I clicked the wrong one. All right, so I just can't. Let me bring it back. It'd be a heck of a lot easier than trying to click my way through it. All right. Karen said, do you send out notifications on these? I'm in the gap stats. So Karen, I do videos every morning. Sean gets them up there about 9:15. Somewhere 9:15, Karen, every day. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, every day. Those go up. They're going to stop as of Wednesday. We won't see those any longer. That's where the live training comes in that I'll do starting on Wednesday. And we're going to do soft launch on Wednesday. We're not really going to promote it much. You will start seeing it on Thursday. You'll start seeing some emails come out for you guys. You'll get one this week. You'll see it in the weekend email. And there's another email scheduled for next week. But and it'll have all the social platforms of where we are and how to find us and so forth. So that's the notifications of subscribe to YouTube and ring the bell. And you'll be notified that once we've got a class set up, you'll know. You'll get an email from YouTube that it's there. Right? But great little opportunity to take advantage of some pre-market stuff. Has anybody traded any of these that I've done? Sean, didn't you do one recently?
I did Moderna. Mine wasn't my favorite until it really did.
So Sean did a Moderna. He just held on maybe a little too long. But he did Moderna with a spread.
Yep.
I'm looking at them as day trades, but Sean did them with spreads. Okay. Karen said I'm in E-mini. I know, I don't know how else to do it than to do it when the market's open. Sean wanted to start it earlier. I can't. It's impossible for me. 9 o'clock pushes the envelope for me to get there in time. So, hey, Dory. Great to catch up with you again. Some time ago, previous company, we recognized you as the best. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, speaking of candidates, what ones you guys want to look at? Drop them in the box. Let's go check them out. Got a couple nice smashes on the hammer today. Sean, what's the symbol I gave you today? That I gave you guys in the meeting today.
Oh, it's on my translation.
It's on here?
No, it's on mine over here.
Oh, okay. Jim typed in, Brenda would like the cues. LOL.
BITO.
BITO. So here, I'm going to bring over my symbol grid.
Oh, yeah,
BITO. Boy, that's not a symbol, Rob. It's not there. See, I don't see it. Right, it will be tomorrow. All right, this is the ETF that's scheduled, unless the SEC poo-poos it, scheduled to come out tomorrow that is going to track, it's futures-based, the cryptocurrencies. Right? So, I'm excited for that. They're working on another one right now that will be the actual ownership of the coin, not the futures of the coin. I like that one better, but I'm going to be watching very closely tomorrow for BITO. Right? So it's Pro Shares. So write that one down if you have not heard of it before. There you go. Daniel said, good afternoon, Rob. Got in class a little late today, but on Friday there was an awesome gap fill on Goldman Sachs. Great job. There you go. BITO, Karen. That's it. You got it. Thank you for that. So I've got everything at home. I do all my trading from home. I don't really trade here in our office. I'm trading from home all the time. So all my stuff is written down. It's on my trade station at home. I'm ready for it for tomorrow, right? I think it's going to be optionable fairly quickly as well. All right, so a couple of requests here. SPY was the first one that came out from Jim. So look where we are, Jim. We're sitting up at that zero right now. I would love to see the breakout, the retest, and the bounce. Great zero line breakout trade the last time it happened, right? We're not there yet. We are in a true bullish bias. which we barely were there on Friday's close. The 21 had just gotten through the 55, barely, un poco, just barely got through it. It looks much better where we're sitting right now. If we can hold right here, great, but I really would prefer a breakout above this zero today. And there's a lot of resistance there. Why? Because that's the ceiling for the fibs. It's not our high, but it's a ceiling on the fibs. So I want to see if we can get through there, pull back a little and bounce. And there's the entry. 454 is the target, but I would definitely look to split this around that 451 level. You don't need it, but for a zero line breakout, you do. Hope it helps. Brenda's asking for the Qs. All right, there you can see the entire fib. Same thing, Brenda. Get me a close above the 372 and look at 379 as the target resistance. If it does pull back, actually, I would prefer the pullback. Why? I have confluence of a zero line, which is a major fib line. I have the 8, the 21, and the 55 all at that zero line. So if I can get that pullback in the bounce, it would be a much stronger trade. But I really need to get a close near that zero first for me to want to take that. All right, but there's two opportunities for it, Brenda. Vito, got it. Target, Robert's asking for. Target. I hear it all the time. Target, Rob. Who the heck is Target? It's Target. All right, so the fib issues are no good. Pull that out of the way. Oh, 250 and 6. We don't need to fib it in there. Okay. Pull back to the 250 level. Who's asking this one? Sorry. Let's see. That was Robert S. Okay. So, Robert, give me the pullback to the 250. Close where we are. Pull back to the 250 bounce. 256.5 is where we're headed. All right, that would be my next target. So that's what I'll be looking for. Hey, guys, remember, those of you that are on YouTube, come on now. I see y'all typing in. It comes through on one platform for me, so I see everything. I know where it's coming from. You got questions? You got candidates you want to look at? Drop them in there. While you're there, ring the bell, hit the like button. Smash that like, guys. Bam, 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 bam. Help us out with the algorithm, right? We appreciate it very much. Robert, I hope that helps. Not the bam, bam, bam part, but you got it. Let's see. John's asking for Riot. How are they doing now? I didn't look at them in the last couple of days with this ETF coming out. Is that going to help them any? Well, they got a little bit of a pop today. It's not a pretty picture. That's a hiccup. I'm going to go right down to there. I don't think I snapped on that. There we go. Yeah. Right. So, John, I am not, I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a fan of the picture, right? The bias right now, we're above the highest moving average, which says, yes, we're bullish, but the lowest moving average is my 8, so I'm not taking a directional trade for bullish for this. You can day trade it, and today would have been a good day trade between the two fibs, but not my style of what I'm looking for on trade. I would rather see this roll over and start moving back down and get below the 8 again for a bearish trade, or I at least need the 8 to make it to the highest moving average before I take a directional trade. But if you want to take something to the upside on it, we're looking at 33.90 is the next upside target. So small distance in there. That was Riot. All right. Let's see. Robert K is asking for BTU. Nice move today. Very nice. So there's our fib. All right, let's see. So we'll call it 18 and 20. We got about $2 in there. We're good. 18 to 22. We got, yeah, we don't need any fibbits in there. So Robert, moving averages are in the right order. So that's a good thing. We're in a bullish bias. What a great move today. I don't know if there was news on it or what. But too big of a move. I'd want to see some pullback. Maybe that 17.75 level, and then look at 20 as the target, 1983. If it keeps breaking out, the zero line is your key. Does it break, retest, and bounce, right? And for those of you that, hey, Sean, can you put in the description down below to this video the link to the zero line breakout trade? So we'll put a link to the video down below on this zero line breakout that I've mentioned 2 or 3 times now. You guys can go back. It's on YouTube, but you can go back and watch it instead of searching for it. You just come to this description. You know, yeah, you know what, Sean, do that. Drop in the comments. That would be great. So I don't know how much help I was there, Robert, but hopefully some. Tech, T-E-K. Did I read it wrong? T-E-C-K. Tech Resources, Diversified Metals. All right. So I've got a fib from here to here. Who is this one? So Paula, I mean, it's had a big move already, so it's tough. I really want to see a confluence. When I get a move like this, I'm really not looking, unless there's news behind it that I don't know, which I'm sure there is, but something that's driving it, meaning you know it's going to continue. Apple announces a new product, they get a pop. The stock doesn't stop moving the day of the announcement. They know it's going to keep moving because of that, right? If that's the case, then that's fine. But right now, well, do we need a fib on this? $2.20. Yeah, not really. Tough. I want to see a pullback. I'd like to see a confluence of the moving average and one of the fib lines before I did anything with it. So a little tough for me. Yes, Jim, on target. The reason I redrew is we had violated the 882 level, which is right here on a close. Once we violate it on a close, it's time to start looking for a place to redraw. Hey, Bucksy, how you doing? AMD breaking out, and I'm here for it. Okay, let's see. So for me, Bucksy, I am not against breakout trades, but I have a very specific modality of how I need to trade them. I want to see it break out above that resistance, come back and retest it and bounce, whether you decide on it being a close and then a bounce or a retest and bounce all at once. Either way, I need to see that retest before I take the breakout. That's me, unless it's a pressure cooker, which we did not have here. Right, so that's the way I need to see it happen. So this is on AMD. So let's go look. AMD. $113.46. I'm not thinking so, but let's see. Close enough. 113.47. Aha! Color black, please. Let's weight it just a little bit bigger. Okay. I got a pencil. Finally got it working. Here's the breakout. Here's the retest on that red bar. We closed right at support. And then what happened? We bounced. So breakout, retest, bounce. There's the entry. And the retest and the bounce came on this candle right here. And my horizontal mouse is, or vertical mouse rather, is right there. The retest came when there was a confluence of the 8 moving average. So on Bugsy, on AMD, I like the breakout. If you caught it off of that break. Now, if that's not the place, we go back to a daily chart and say, okay, is there another opportunity? Not for a while. Do we need a fib in there? Very possibly. 13.5 and 22.5 is 9. Oh, yeah, we need fibbits. So let's apply a fibbit. A fibbit splits the two levels in half. We need a negative 136 and a 118. $113.5, 118, 4.5. We've got 6. Good. Okay. So pull back to the 113.5 bounce would be the opportunity, or close above the 118, retest and bounce. Right? Hope that one helps, Bugsy. Suman put in Ford. Older fib is still good. Look at the confluence of the 8 at the 236, which is hesitation. Right? If I can get a pullback and a bounce off of there, magnifique. I love it. Love it if I can get the pullback there and that bounce. That's what I'd be looking for there. All right, Gene's asking for face or Booker. It's funny watching my daughters talk to my mother-in-law. And when they're on their phone, we were just visiting my father-in-law in the hospital, which he's home, by the way, for those that have been asking. Thank you. We were visiting my father-in-law in the hospital, and my youngest, 23-year-old, has her phone in her hand. And my mother-in-law is very nosy, looking at the phone. What do you do? I'm on Facebook, Nonna. Facebook? Yes, Nonna, Facebook. Oh, okay. Facebook. Yeah. True story, guys. Facebook. Just like my maid of honor was, she called her marijuana. My wife's maid of honor. Marijuana, not maid of honor, right? So Facebook. We're in a bearish neutral bias right now, right? If I stand up, I'm gone, right, Sean? What's that? Go to camera 2? Okay. All right. So here, kitty. Wham! Right? I am not convinced on that move yet. Earnings coming up. Could it have some difference to it? Could it make a difference? Could it help the pattern that they're in right now of destruction? It could. But there's nothing about this that says take me. Right? When a bearish neutral bias, I'm going to trade bearish positions outside of a day trade. Could you have day traded it today? Absolutely. Against everything else, you could day trade it, right? But I'd be looking for the pullback and the fail all over again back to the 618 on Facebook.
Negative P&Ls because of this chart.
Sean said his negative P&L would be because of this chart. All right. Let's see where we at. We're getting close. Let's see. PayPal. I love me some PayPal. Multiple reasons. But they're in a neutral bias right now. I would day trade them between 256.5 and 272.5. Somewhere in between there, where it came down today and bounced, that was the entry right there. The Depot. Home Depot. Gene. Put that in. Let's see. Let's get it. Whoop, other way. Sorry about that. Let's see. It's really far away from its moving average. Nowhere near earnings right now. I mean, it's rocking. But give me the pullback to the 351. Oh, what? No, don't want to do that. There we go. Give me the pullback to the 351, and we're looking at 360 as our target. So close where it is, retest tomorrow, bounce the day after. I love it. Could you do an intraday? Absolutely. I don't know if I would do it today, but if it pulled back and bounced from here, that's what I'd be looking for. That's our entry. Daniel's asking for deer. Daniel, thank you. All right, next. No, I'm kidding. Wait, what'd you do? Thank you. What? Zero line breakout. With a confluence at the zero. Position 1 in the chair? Position 3. I jumped right to it. Right? Look where we closed on Friday. Right at that fib line. Confluence of the 8 right there, and we rolled over. You're looking at your first target of 325.67. That's support, so somewhere above that. And 317.5 is your next target, second half of the trade. What if I want to do one contract? Get out of all of it at the first target. Nice. Keith's asking for Nvidia. Mike, I skipped right over yours. I don't know how I did that. Let's see. Nvidia has been a great candidate here. So 218.72, did it break out, retest, and bounce? That's the entry for it. You've got 229 as target. If you're in it now, your stop is going to be somewhere below that 219 level. Here you go, Mike. Okay, so we need to find a place to redraw the fibs. We're not there yet. But in the meantime, let's just go ahead and pull these out. Yeah. 230 to 288. So it's at 58. 58 points. Yeah, oh goodness gracious. We need a fib for sure. I'd be looking for the move on the 259 quarter, Mike, and I'd be looking for the downside to 230 on it. Gene said, thank you so much. I love your analysis. Well, I appreciate that. Karen said, what is the clock behind you? Sorry, I'm new. Others probably understand it. Yep. There we go. That looks about straight, right? So basically what this is a day trader's clock. It helps you understand the times of the day, good, bad, or indifferent, that you want to not be in certain trades. So right now, this is a really bad time. See the red zone? We're at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern. That red zone is a really bad time, right, for looking to take the trades or to be in your directional trades or day trades. Doesn't matter. So it helps us understand that once we get past that 215, 230 time frame, it goes to a green zone. Once we get to that 330, it goes to a yellow zone, right? And in the white, the market is closed, of course. Right? I'll hang that back up after. I'm not going to play with it for now. But it's a great little clock. We've got 200 of them coming in a couple of weeks. I know some of you are waiting on them already. We'll get them to you as soon as we get them in, but we finally got confirmation that they're available. So hopefully. They got their stock. Now they're going to put them together for us. Oh, there you go, Amy. Thank you. Amy dropped that in as well for you guys in there. So what did you guys think? How was today's training? Was it helpful? Did you get some good stuff out of it? Find some good candidates? I hope so. I truly hope so. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. Guys, Amy dropped a lot of links in there for you today. Right? Check them out. Figure out what, if there's something that you want to look at, go read up on a little bit. Do that. So that means we'll leave the room open for a little bit for you to go and do that. But I'm going to leave. but I'll leave it open that you can jump in. So with that, make it a profitable day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, folks, remember, you're just one trade away. Listen, write it down, right? Here we've got it. I've got it on my pad, right? Wednesday, the 20th, 9 a.m., YouTube. Don't miss it. All right, folks, take care, and I will see all of you at our next one. Bye for now.